between the capital gains tax, the corporate income tax, the double tax on dividends, and the death tax. You could have income tax as many as 4 different times if you save and invest. But if you consume, you don't get hit with those taxes. So the thing that every economic theory says is good, saving and investment, even the socialists agree with that. Now, they think the government should do the investing, which is kind of silly, but every economic theory known to man agrees that saving and investing is key for long-run growth. And yet, what do we do with our tax system? When you consume, very low taxes. When you save and invest, very high taxes. And the analogy I use when talking to politicians, because again, you have to keep it simple, is I tell them to imagine that they owned an apple orchard. And I say, you have the land, you plant the trees, you tend the trees grow, you fight off pests, you do all these things. That's capital expenditure. The tree is capital. And eventually that tree is going to bear fruit. That's the income that is generated by the saving and the investment. How do you harvest that fruit? Do you pick it from the tree, or do you chop down the tree? Now, maybe it's easier to harvest apples if you chop down the tree, but even a politician will understand if you chop down the tree, you're not going to have apples next year. Now, technically, we don't chop down the tree, we saw branches off the tree, but the net effect is you have fewer apples next year. Now, why do politicians do that? Because rich people own the apple trees. So in order to punish the rich people, they decrease the supply of apples, which is the income for the rest of us and the prosperity for the rest of us. So I'm a big believer that the whole class warfare approach is fundamentally misguided.